think I finally mastered that. I think I finally mastered the air drum of the intro. I think I did it. Just want you to know I'm there. Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. My name is Chase Steele Greye. You know that already. And if you don't know that and you are brand new here, welcome. This is a great place to be every morning from 9 to 9:30 because each day is different. We have health and wellness. We have spirituality. We have things about professionalism and business. It's amazing. So every day you can be sure to get something, go in one way and come out another way. I guarantee you. Thank you so much for being here. I am Chase Greye, and if you don't know about me, real short and sweet, I am a curious soul, a vocalist, a dancer, an actor, a speaker, an engager, and I love people and I love life, and I'm here to spread the joy, whatever that means for you, whatever you take away. Today, I'd take a deep breath before I introduce this person. Her name is, we call her Chemistry. She is Kim Kalesti, and let me tell you about Kim, okay? She's a composer, a singer, a songwriter, storyteller. She has been a visionary in New York City for over 35 years. She's a culmination of a creative life. She's always expressed herself through her grandiose singing and raw spiritual storytelling. Her compositions are a direct reflection of the colorful experiences she's had as an artist living in New York City. Please welcome to the Daily Huddle, Miss Kim Kalesti.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. What a wonderful thing to do the first thing in the morning.
Right? Isn't it great?
Yeah. I wish I was outside though.
Yeah, I'm outside more and more and more now.
Yeah,
Like
I
on
love
purpose.
being outside.
On purpose, hugging trees, getting it done.
Yeah.
So you know why I brought you here today. And I would like you to kind of open up on this topic about, you know, how we are taking care of ourselves or not. And I would like you to lead off with the question. I would like you to say the title and kind of expound upon it in your own way. And then we can go like in another direction if you like.
Oh, okay. So I know we were talking about a lot of different types of questions because we're such complicated beings.
We
You
are
know,
such complicated beings, aren't we?
we're and there's a lot to deal with. You have your
Right.
body, your mind, the way that you perceive things,
Correct.
the narration that you're saying to yourself, the friends
Right.
that you have, um, regrets,
Oh,
no regrets, um, body issues.
right.
There's just so much, and how do we deal with those things? How do we pick ourselves up after life throws us down? Because I mean, just life in general, in whatever you do. But since I'm an artist, I'm going to talk from an artist's viewpoint.
Right.
And some of my friends I went to a music and art school in high school, and my friends were saying, well, how did you stay in the music business so long? And I said, well, every time I got knocked down, I just found ways to get back up, like the boxer.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so, yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
So there was, there was many tools because there's so much philosophy out there right now, that's really, really available to us. So there's lots of tools and a lot of information and a lot of therapies and, different techniques of healing and visualizations and music,
Right.
dancing. So, there's enough tools that you can do a different tool every day, just as long as you're using one.
Correct. Correct. And that's what I love about you. Our relationship has spanned over years. And on any given day, I can pop over to your Instagram and you're throwing a frisbee, hitting a ball up against the wall, in the park with the trees, singing a song, skipping, climbing. And I love that about you because that's my modus operandi, if you will. Like, I stay with the children. What are the children doing? Do what they're doing, right? And I think that's one of the reasons why you and I are so close. We're both singers, we're both musicians, writers, we're engagers. But I think people forget that we have those moments where we get kicked down.
Yeah.
And again, what we were talking about before and in the title, um, what is it that we do to pick ourselves up? For
Hmm.
you and I, we almost inadvertently lean to the music because that's our first thing. You may sit at your piano, I may sit at my keyboard or pick up my guitar or sing songs or listen to something. It's like a direct pipeline at all times. You can get it from so many different directions. But I would like you to talk about maybe if you can remember um, the last time something hit you in a specific way mentally or in your heart. Do you remember what you did, like the most recent thing that happened to you in any way, shape, or form? Did you sit with yourself calmly? Did you do some yoga? Like how did you deal with that?
Okay, well, there's a lot of things that hit you. There's small, tiny things,
Right.
and then there's medium situations, and then
Yeah.
there's really big situations, traumatic situations.
Right.
And so when I'm waking up, if I sometimes I feel a little low in my energy, so I'll be really patient with myself and trust to hook up to the energy of the day. And I won't really wake up. I won't get out of bed until I find that spark.
Mm,
And
that's
I,
interesting.
yeah, I'll visualize. First, I'll think of nothing and try to become just the air and almost invisible. And then I'll, I don't really see the sun from my apartment because it's dark, but I can feel that it's out there and I try to hook up to something. And then just let the thoughts roll over inside of me.
Right.
And then I have the faith, which is having no doubt that it's going to be fine. And I'll just, like I said, be patient with myself. And then all of a sudden, there's a spark that says, "Okay, I'm good now," and I can.
Right.
And it's like an energy, like if you took an energy drink or something,
Right.
and I just feel like, oh, I feel motivated, and I feel like I can do this now. But I really actually gave myself the the patience to feel a little bit low inside.
Mm,
I think that's relative. Like sometimes we try to get rid of that or push it out with coffee or push it out with getting up and trying to like exercise and stuff
right.
like that.
Right. Right. Right.
I've learned, yeah,
Well, I mean, I'm glad you said that because movement, in my personal opinion, can spark joy in certain
yes,
people's body, right? So
yes, it
that's
does.
good. And just now as you were talking, I realized I have this yogi tea in front of me, and
Yeah.
you said something a second ago. And on the yogi tea, it says, "Be fearless. Know that all will be provided at the right time."
Oh, that's it.
And so when you said that
Hmm.
about going quiet and then waiting for the spark, which we obviously know some people don't get that spark. It comes in a time that's further away from when they wanted to, but
Yeah.
but it happens. Yes.
Well, just like when you're learning all the tools, like everybody, is trying to get to know their own bodies, what
Right.
to eat, what to think, who to hang out with, what kind of exercise, if you're going to take a shower now or later, if you're going to brush your teeth, you get to know your body. So what I'm saying are just other tools doesn't necessarily mean that that's etched in granite that you have to do that.
Right. Right.
It's just
Everybody's
that my
different. Right.
experience of I'm 60, I'll be at 68 in June. And,
Yes.
oh, and I've been really working on my mind and my body and understanding myself.
Right.
And everybody's doing that. And because we have all these other modalities and tools that we could try, it's good to try everything until you find something. And then, that really works for you in the day, not just for, if like, I don't just do one thing because I learn one thing and I do it every single day.
Right.
I'll, for some reason, I'll look around and I'll find something new that gets me through the day.
Correct.
And then the next day, I find something else that would get me through the day.
Hmm. I like that. And by the way, perfect moment to mention your song, I Love Today. Perfect moment, the way I stitched that together. um, you can listen to Kim's music. You're on Spotify and Apple Music or just Spotify? I can't remember.
Yeah, everything.
You're
All
on both of
the
them.
music.
So you're listed as Kim Kalesti or Chemistry. I can't remember.
Kim Kalesti.
Kim Kalesti. So make sure you take her name down in front of you if you can. I would love for you to listen to all of her music. I'm going to do the plug early because that was a nice little transition. And I've been using your music on my Instagram, and I love it. I just think it's
Thank you.
beautiful, beautiful. So, you know, during this time where everyone's talking about consciousness and being a little lighter and taking care of themselves and so on and so forth, um, when you look out from yourself, for example, when you look at your children, do you feel like they are also equipped with picking themselves up, like when you see them low? By the way, Kim has two children, a boy and a girl, who are both performers. And as a mother from the outside, do you watch them and say, yes, they have the tools? Like, I'm so proud that they can pick themselves up and get past this, whatever it is.
Um, yes, I came up with like two ideas about that question. Um, as parents, we're parenting them to understand the earth life because for me, and I'm sure you've had this experience, when you look into a baby's eyes, they look really smart.
I love it.
They're really, really smart. And I mean, not to go way out if somebody thinks
Go
this
way
is
out, Kim.
way out, but um, we're coming from, no, who knows where we're coming from, but the narrative could be we're coming from, highly intelligent places, and that we're coming into this body that's an earth body,
Right.
and that what our job is to teach them the earth life,
Mm-hmm.
not to teach them to be smart because they're already smart,
Right.
but to teach them the earth life, like don't put your hand on the stove, watch out for the cars,
Right.
you got to, blow your nose, stuff like that, because you're living in this body. So I was, as a parent, I was, of course, we don't really know what we're doing. So I feel
Right.
blessed that I got through it and that they turned
Yeah.
out good because I didn't
Right. There's
screw them
no
up.
handbook. You don't go, hey, you have a child. Here you go. Good luck. No.
Right. And so, day to day, just like the practice of anything, I was just trying to teach them to be close to nature and to, so parenting is teaching, and then after when they get older, it's mentorship. So you're mentoring them
Right.
because it's like, but what I've noticed as well with my own mother is I called her up one day and I said, Mom, you stop dreaming,
Mm.
because all the dreams that I noticed, like this is my personal experience, all the dreams that I wanted in my life, my kids got.
Ah, okay.
And so when I realized that, I called my mom. I said, Mom, you stopped dreaming. Because
Interesting.
when she stopped dreaming, that meant that my life wasn't really going any. It, it wasn't. It's the fact it was going somewhere, but it wasn't going in the direction of her deepest desires.
Mm, interesting.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you how energetically connected that we are. And so I took that even further. So whatever I do, even in the days when I wake up, I make sure that I'm fulfilling their life of being joyous by being joyous myself, even if they don't know that I am. If we didn't talk that day or whatever, I feel joyous. I feel inspired to
Right.
grow, to learn, to dance, and then when I call them, they're actually doing that too.
Isn't that? Very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's like an intuitive telepathic connection, right? That's
Yeah.
what you're
They
saying.
call it entrainment.
Entrainment. Have I heard that word before? Entrainment.
Entrainment.
I like, see, that's why I always have my book with me. That's why.
Yeah.
Entrainment. I like that word. A good
Yeah.
word.
Entrainment. When you're when you're close to somebody, even if like your neighbors, and people that you live with, or
Right.
every, you start to biofunction
Oh, of course you do.
at the
Yes.
same,
Right.
because you're sharing energy.
Right.
And that's when you're walking around like New York City, like you can stop right next to somebody and you can feel them.
Hmm.
Like we're full of feelings, right? That's how our compass of how to get around.
Right. That's
So
why
what
you and
I
I met, because I
yeah,
felt that with you when I walked up to you, and I was
yeah,
like, "Wow, who's this electric live wire entity?" Like it was really, really completely clear.
yeah. And yes. And I think that probably everybody that's on the call right now experienced that at one point or another. Like when you're walking around and you're happy, like
Right.
how people gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
They're like, hi. They don't even know you. They're like, hi, can I give you a hug?
Right.
You know? And it's that kind of, it's the energy. I mean, everybody keeps talking about it, but it's for real.
Yeah, it's true. I think I came here today just to learn that word entrainment. Wow, that was so major for me. I love that, and I feel that from my own father.
Oh,
Every time I talk to my dad, usually in the morning, because he doesn't sleep
yeah.
late, he always
Hmm.
goes, "What's going on? What's shaking? What's going? What are you doing today? What's going on? What are you going to make happen?" Like he talks to me like that right now still, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and doing that." So he goes, "Okay, you only got one shot. It's just today." And I'm like, "Wow." Like he's
Wow,
been
he's
talking to me.
cool.
No, he's been
Yeah.
talking to me like that for years, honestly.
Wow.
And my mom is the same thing. She always says something in the call or something at the end where she's like, "Okay, you're good. All right, well, stay up or stay." What did she say to me the other day? She said something like, "Oh, it just slipped out of my head." It was something like very subtle, like "Don't let the bad stuff get to you" or something like that. And I was like, "Wow, I'm blessed to have that, and I've always had that." As a matter of fact, I
Hmm.
probably amplified it from them, like even brought it even further, you know.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I love it. I love watching you as you've connected to your kids, and I've spoken to them both separately, and they have that thing, right? And
Mhm.
so that was interesting when you told your mom that you stopped dreaming, because it probably felt a little weird to say that, but also to recognize it and know, okay, now you're an adult. You have to do your thing, and you do it. So I give you your flowers for that. It's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, because my mom, she always wanted to be a singer.
Yeah,
And she lived like I always like she lived vicariously through me,
interesting.
but even deeper energetically.
Yeah. Wow.
And those really deep dreams of things that we really desired and when we were kids and we didn't believe in ourselves
Yeah.
enough to follow through. But it's never too late.
It's
It's
never too late,
never too late. You
and
can do that at any
you can do
age.
it at
Like the
any age.
brainwashing society is just
Oh,
to get rid of all that stuff. Like you're too
right.
old, or you can't learn a language because the first 6 years of your life are the smartest,
Nah,
and
none of
all
that.
that stuff is just brainwashing ideas. Like
Right.
it's not true.
Yeah, that is amazing how that is. I think I've asked you this before, but I'm not sure when was the last time I asked you this. Do you keep any specific books near you that you refer to from time to time as it relates to knowledge or spirituality or something to keep you up and positive? Do you have anything like that?
Well, I've had many, many books,
I know you
many,
have.
many, many books. My mom, she was very much on a spiritual quest. And my first book that she had was The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And it
I
was the first,
love that book. I can't believe we
the
just said
first
that.
edition, like from like, I don't know, 1950 or something like that.
Oh my
And
gosh.
every time that, well, then there was a lot of books. Like every time that I would go to the bookstore or something, there would be a book that would fall in my lap.
Right.
Or like I read all the books, like
Yeah, I
every
read all
single
the books.
like so like all religions,
Right.
religious biblical writings, philosophy from all different aspects, from Buddhism to all those, and then Deepak and the Four Agreements, Conversations with God.
Those are
I've
my
read
people.
all,
All of those.
yeah,
I love
I've
them.
read all those books,
Yeah.
and I've retained, and I don't keep books here because I
Ah,
pass them on.
yeah.
I don't want to put a book on a shelf.
Huh.
I want to put a book in somebody's hands or in one of those little things at the park where it says,
The free libraries.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I love
Because
those.
you want to share it. And then when
Yeah.
people ask me like, how did you get so blah blah blah? Uh, and they said, could you suggest a book? And I said, you know what? Any book that you gravitate towards is going to lead you in the same direction.
Hmm.
All of the books lead you in the same direction.
Isn't that funny? Wow. Can't believe you just said that book. I have that literally, I'm not joking. I have that book and the what do you call it?
The power,
the four
the Four
agreements.
Agreements. I
That book and the
love
four
that.
agreements with me. I have it all the time. Isn't that crazy?
That
I wasn't expecting you to say that. That's crazy.
of all the books, that's so important. Don't take anything personally.
That's
Don't
right.
don't assume anything.
That's
Be
right.
impeccable with your words and do your
Exactly.
best.
That's right.
And I live with that every single day. In fact,
Hmm.
I have a calendar that I made. It's not that I'm, a shyster or anything like that, but at certain points, you might say something to somebody, and then after, it could be the smallest little thing at the end of the day. You're like, why did I say that? Oh my gosh, right? So, what I did was
uh,
that I can I just I'm going to get the calendar. I'll be right
talk
there.
amongst yourselves, everyone. Chemistry will be right back. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah, yeah. So anyway,
No, I get it. I totally get it.
here's my calendar.
Oh
So
my
any
gosh, look at all those hearts.
Yeah, so what I did was I did like first it says my be kind, how are you calendar. And the first day it was not perfect, more understanding and do better.
I
So and then
love that.
and then after at the end of the day, I give myself a heart. And I feel so
Wow.
excited at the end of the day before I go to bed to give myself a heart. It's like it's the weirdest thing,
Wow.
but I get so excited, like, oh my God. And then I tell my friends like they when they see me like be really patient with them, they tell me, you're gonna give yourself a heart today. But then,
That is awesome.
yeah, but you see the blue now. I'm using the same calendar, so now I'm going back and putting. This is the second week, so I put blue on top of the
Oh,
hearts, and now I'm on this one right here. So I'm going to keep adding things onto it, so it's layered. But
see, that's why I come and see you and talk to you because you have
that's my
stuff.
heart calendar.
The
I hope I
heart
get a heart
calendar.
today.
Oh, you got some hearts today. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Shoot.
I'm
I wanted to see if anyone has any questions for you. Wow, that was so boom. You did it again. The heart calendar. Wow. You know what that reminds me of? Anyway, let me see if anyone has any questions for you
okay.
because the community is so rich and vibrant. And if anyone has anything to
Oh yeah.
ask or to add, I would love to hear
Yes.
from you. Let's see if
Me
anyone
too.
has anything. Any reactions, any thoughts, anything at all. All right.
Well,
Well,
I just like to think.
the stand man.
Hey,
Dan.
thank you, chemistry. I just love what you shared with us today. I love that energy, and
Oh, thanks.
that the last thing with the heart calendar. I think that's so
Oh,
that's so really cute. I just love that. You know? And it seems to me like that would just bring a smile to your face every time you see it, and that it really is a nice way to raise the energy level. And I thank you for that.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Wow. Wow.
And I have it on my refrigerator.
You do. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's right there. You can't miss it, right? I mean, come on. That's awesome. Thank you, Stan. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
you.
Stan.
You know, I was thinking about something, and when I see you next, or I'll come over and show it to you. I have this thing called the book. Have you ever heard of this? Where
No.
I got it. I got it when I did like an enlightenment training years ago. Um, and I'll just keep this really short, and I'll talk to you about it offline more. But it's a book that has like 5 or 6 tenets that you look at every day, and at the end of the day, you write. Did I? What is one of them? Did I protect life today? Did
Cool.
I speak the truth in all of my interactions today? And when they say things like protecting life or being going into the world and changing, it could be something simple as picking up a piece of paper off the ground, or holding the door for someone, or giving your extra donut to the person next to you and leaving. Like something to move the energy a little bit more in the direction of someone else's well-being every day. And it reminded me of that when you said that. It's a thin book, and you write in it as much as you need to, and it tracks these connections to life every day. And I was like, wow, this is major. I love
Yeah.
this. So make sure that don't forget. I want to show you that book because it's really, really powerful. The next time I see you, we'll get together and eat, and I'll show it to you. I really, wow, I'm so full of joy for having you here, because when I'm with you, you always say something that tips the scale inside of my mind, always, every time. And I walk away from you, and I'm like, oh, let me listen to some more of her music, or let me call her back later, like whatever. And the other day, I was thinking about that situation where I was singing at a senior home, and this old man drew me. And I was like, wow. And for some reason, your music connected me to the moment. So I took your music and I connected it to the picture, and I put it up online. That's why that happened. And so
Oh,
anyone who hasn't seen it, if you go to my Instagram at Steele Chasing, Steele Chasing, you'll hear Kim's music and a picture of me, right? It makes me look like I'm 120 pounds heavier, but that's
oh,
not but that's not the point though. The point of
yeah.
it is the color and the energy from it
Oh, okay.
with your voice. So it was like, in that moment, I was doing what I just said to you, was talking about, like, let me bring someone else in and put them in this vibration. Like if you're having a huddle, excuse the pun, and you're bringing people together, and you see somebody in the distance that's crying, what do? You bring them over. Here, have a glass of water, have some fruit, and you put your arm around them. And all of a sudden, they're in another vibration, right? So
Yeah.
that's something that you and I do so well. And to do it in front of people more is what we're concentrating on, because certain people are lost right now. They think no one cares about them. No one's watching them. No one cares if they live or die. Whatever. I'll just do whatever. No one sees me anyway, until you come along or they hear that song. I really want you guys to listen to this song, I Love Today.
I love today.
There it is.
It's all I got.
There it is.
I'll try to smile and laugh a lot. The time is here to say for sure,
Yes.
I love today.
Chemistry. Come on, you guys. Come on.
And
Come
you can
on.
follow me on Instagram,
I love it. Thank you
Kim
so much for being
Kalesti
here,
on
Kim. Oh my
Instagram.
God. Kim Kalesti.
And also, I
KIM.
have a concert coming up.
That's right. Tell us about it.
It's April the 30th. It's from 6 to 8 in Brooklyn. And
Hmm.
uh, it's at the South Oxford Spaces
Yes.
in Brooklyn. And the hosts are the Institute for
Oh,
Integral
right. Is it nutrition?
Nutrition,
Right.
IIN. And
Right.
they found me on Instagram and they invited me to
Awesome.
do a 40-minute concert with my music,
I got to
which
see that.
I always wanted to be affiliated with the spiritual community with my music, because all my music is based on all the modalities that I learned to get me
Right.
through life.
Wow. I know that. That's good. That's good stuff.
So I'm
It's really,
excited. I'm
really
going
good
to be
stuff.
playing the piano and singing my songs.
Oh, Kim, she does so much. You guys have to check her out. Please, please pull her up, Kim Kalesti, on the
Thank you, Jay.
platforms. Oh man, you know how much I love you. So here's the thing. We are going to wind down now. And if you have any last words or statements you'd like to say before we do our outro, I would love it.
Thank you
Anything.
all for listening and being here. That means so much. I think listening is probably the most important thing.
That's a tough one.
Listening.
It's a tough one for a lot of people.
Like, yeah, because what I've learned about listening is that I don't have to prove to that person that I know what they're talking about.
Mm.
That was the most mature thing I ever learned in my life, is when people are talking and they're teaching you about something that you already know and you're not letting them know that.
Mm.
And you're
That was
listening and
that was awesome.
letting them feel confident that they're giving you something, and you're
Mm.
letting them do that.
I like that sentence. That was powerful. That was really, really powerful. Well, my good people, you know how we do it here. The time flies like a Lamborghini.
That's how we do it.
All right, Kim. All right. All right. I
This
feel
is how we do
that.
it.
Kim is off the chain. Oh my gosh. I love it.
This
Okay.
is how
My good friends, it was great to
this
have
is
you here
how we
today.
do it.
The calendar, the heart calendar. Remember that, please. Create your own. Be inspired by Kim Kalesti. Shoot, why not do it? So, my my good friends, as always, we finish with our tenets that I want you to bring into your life with you each and every day. And if you come to the Daily Huddle, you're going to hear them again and again and again. The first is to love deeper than you were loving yesterday. Love the people that you did not think you loved. Give them some of your love. Check it out. See how it feels. Laugh. Laugh more than you have ever laughed. If nothing is funny, go to YouTube. If no,
Everything's funny.
everything's funny, right?
Even the most like tragic things are the most. That's how the comedians, they go for the tragedy, and then
Tragedy. Isn't that
yeah, and
funny? Yeah.
they make the shit funny.
Stress less, people. Please stress less. Take the stress down to a level of almost nothing, because your body works better with that. Move. I talked about that already. Move every day so that you can feel your body in a different position, not this sedimentary, oh, woe is me. Let it go. Move out into nature. Put your feet on the grass, hug a tree, fly a kite, get a balloon. I don't know, something, right?
Yes,
give
yes.
give as Kim was saying, give a book to someone, give a belt, a hat, give some money, whatever the case may be, right? Also, eat mostly plant-based if you can. Let the body relax for a little while, for a couple days. Eat the plants, eat nature, eat the things that always make it through the adversity. Think about
Yeah.
that, right? The
And
plants are teaching us. Isn't that true?
yes, yes.
And
And
go ahead.
the other thing that I like to do is, like, I like to go on my contact list and just send everybody a text and just say the simple sentence, "How are you?
Right, right. You've done that for me many times, and I love
How
it.
are you?"
Love
Question
it.
mark. And then they
Question
respond, they're like, "Oh my God, thank you for thinking of me."
I am being thought of. Yes, thank you. Um, and also sleep more, my good people, more than 6 or 7 hours. Revert to the baby stage. Get 8, get 9. Turn your phone off and let your body just rise up when it's time to rise up, right? And
Yes.
lastly, and certainly not least, please check yourself before you wreck yourself. Don't assume the things that are going to bring you down. Check yourself and say, is this where I want to be? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and you can change your narrative. Like, if what you're telling yourself isn't making you feel good, then go back into your mind and put another narrative, tell another
Yes.
story to yourself, and rewrite your story from pain to glory.
Kim is the best. She's the
That's
best.
another one of my songs.
I love it. Pain to Glory. Check it out.
Right.
Check it out. Check out the Kim Kalesti music. Please, when you get off this, bring it into your day with you. I promise you it'll do you no harm. My good people, we are out of time. And when I'm here every Wednesday, please join us for the other days of the week. The hosts are so good. They're good friends. They're good human beings. And they're always bringing you quality. Kim Kalesti, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'll be seeing you. And
Love
I'll
you back.
be
Love you
seeing
back.
you soon.
Bye, Stan and Fareed.
Have a great day, everybody.
And everybody that I don't see. See me on Instagram.